Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a crib from IKEA, the Hensvik, or whatever it's pronounced up in Switzerland. Um, Building this is pretty basic, although it might look like it's a lot of instructions and steps. I'm trying to make it simple for you, for all the fathers or maybe mothers that will be building this, trying to get my baby a different place because we had the bassinet. It's just she's moving around too much, and you got to get this ready. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, explain everything. Now I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit with the steps. It tells you that you want to have somebody with you to help, and you want to have all your tools and your bolts and things of that such. So make sure you have that. But anyway, so step 1 and 2, I'm just going to show you briefly. And step 3, I'm going to show you briefly how to do this. It's very simple with the step 1. If you can show down here, you just want to put these wood things. Okay, you want to put it in. If you see the hole, then you want to put it at the second one. If you put it in the first one, it's going to go all the way in and it's going to be hard to get out. So just put it in the second hole where it's kind of sticking out still. And then they have the screws. You want to make sure you put the screw in, and when you do it, you want to have the line, you want to have it horizontal because you'll see later in the other steps where you're going to be inserting some bolts and screws for that. For the other part, it's telling you to grab the shorter of these screws. You grab the shorter of that screw, put it in, add one of these, and then add the washer, and then add the bolt just to finalize it. And just to make it easy for yourself, you use this tool here, you put it here, and then you want to use your tightener, and then simply just do this until it's tightened all the way. I know it looks like it when you first screw it that it's not going to screw down all the way, but just make sure it's secure enough. So that's the beginning part. Not too difficult to. So no big surprise by then. Once you get those in, it's not going to be stable at all, but it should look like this. Okay.
Hey, Bentley.
Okay, so getting it to this step, like I said, those small holes, you probably, with the new baby, you probably want the holes to be at the higher one rather than the ones that are down here. As I said, you'll see the difference between outside here where there aren't smaller holes, and that's what this goes into. And this will be real helpful to have two people, because when one side's falling, you have somebody there to stabilize that. And the next is going to be putting these screws in, which is in the bottom to fasten it. So I'll get to that and explain that next. As I said, you want to use the bigger screws and these joints, which they'll be going into, and then your tool. Probably starting because the baby won't be able to reach up as high in the beginning. You can put it at the lower one. So you put this under here and holding it in, and then you'll put the screw in here. At first it'll feel flimsy, but the more you start working it, the tighter it'll get, and then you use your tool to secure it. And I'll show you what that looks like. It's connected, you'll know because it will be a little bit tighter, like as you tighten it. And that's where you need your tool, and you just keep going until it's all the way fastened. Just keep on going. So it's a little bit easier with two hands, but once I get this in, you're going to do the same to the top. Make sure everything, you don't want to make it super tight, but tight enough where it doesn't strip. So you just keep on doing that with for there and the top. And moving on to the next step. So once you had all those pieces in, I know one confusing part is that when you put in this part here, it's like kind of flimsy, but once you get all these bolts in, and mind you, you want to if you're looking down, you want to have all screw parts like that facing down. But once you get everything secure, you'll have a firm crib. And the last thing, yes, the last thing they tell you is to put this in. This is just kind of cap off, you know, the part where you want your crib to go when you want to lower it. And of course, they have this bar, but this bar isn't really used until you make it to the from the crib to the bed. So that pretty much does it. If any more questions or anything, leave it in the comments. If you like this video, make sure you hit a like and share. And I'll see you guys on the next video.